Hello everybody, this is BScat100 well then, let's try them again. Hello everybody, this is BScat100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Turnabout Ablaze. In the previous episode, well, we had a very special gift. The last piece of the puzzle that we need to put Ambassador Alba away. I say let's do that. I may be a little hasty in saying this is the finale. I have a pretty good feeling about it though. So, if you like what you see, leave a like down below. Comment if you have anything to say. Subscribe to me if you haven't already. And share with your friends so they can enjoy this for themselves. Let's get going. So tell us, what about the backs of samurai dogs is going to put the old man away? Trace of evidence that will bring him down. Why, it's here, of course. The spokes of samurai dogs with the rising sun fan on it should never have existed. So I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It's a single drop of blood. Huh? What? Blood, you say? Agent Lang, I'd like this blood analyzed post-haste. Gotta admit, I've been a bit surprised. Can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you, get this down to the lab pronto. But why was there blood on that box to begin with? If we think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become pretty obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs with the pushcart, correct? Oh, yeah, you have great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? And to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. Figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill up the cart. If what Larry says is true, then what were the boxes doing on the floor? I see. The killer took them out in order to place the body in the pushcart. Exactly. And that is what I believe the victim's blood found. When I believe the victim's blood found its way onto that box. But when my men investigated that room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there. Because embassy staff members had already confiscated them. Yes, no doubt to hide the evidence of the murder. It's a good thing Miss Oldbag had managed to steal one of the boxes before they got them, huh? Looks like Miss Oldbag also managed to put this great thief to shame. What's scandalous say of putting that? I didn't steal them, I received them for myself. Kirkus Alba, I'd say this was one of your very fatal oversight on your part. Sorry to rain on your little love-fest, however. How can you be so self-confident in a no-win situation like this? Even if that blood turns out to be Mr. Cochin, so what? Heh. So, Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh? So piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime. That alone has shed light on a new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And? You say that like it means something. Huh? Excuse me, sirs. Report! What were the results of the analysis? Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood. I knew it! Would this kill Kirkus Alba? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might humor my question. Your question? The one from before, or have you forgotten? Even if that Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make? Not so fast. Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was that dressing room. Objection! But it doesn't prove that I am your killer, does it? That's... He has a very good point. The blood on that box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer. Damn it. Then, is this evidence? It's meaningless. It can't be! We're so close, sis! I want to smack that smug look off his face. Come on, there's gotta be something we can do. We finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. I can't think of a single thing! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. Who was that? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now. It wasn't me, pal. It wasn't me this time either. Wasn't me either. Why did you... Because I haven't finished reporting everything yet to you yet, sir. There's more. What? Hurry up and spit it out! Yes, sir. That blood I mentioned... It's not of the same blood type as the victim's blood. What? Sorry about that microphone. No! What? What? What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? But if it isn't his, then who the hell's is it? I don't know, sir. All I know is that it's not the same blood type as the victim, sir. What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? I have no idea what's what anymore. Neither do I. My, what an amusing turn of events. That blood drop proved something to be true, alright. Namely, my words. Which one of your words would that be? The ones where I said that your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Need I remind you that the blood got onto that box long before it entered my embassy? But what sort of nonsense? Yeah, it's blood, pal. There's no way it's not related to the murder. So you like to believe? Well, what if someone preparing the samurai dogs had a small nosebleed? What then? I guess it's possible. Damn it. Have we been wasting our time on a red herring? The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be clue enough. Kick us, Alba! You bastard! I hate this guy. Silence! Don't you ever address me with such filthy word again. I wasted enough time here with you. And you have your answers. Now let me through. Not so fast. Alba, it doesn't matter where you run off to. You'll never escape me. Someday, of the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you, you'll see. And all the Interpol will be behind me, working to see if that day comes. Do you know what your words sound like to me? They sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt. Oh! Is this really the extent of all that we could do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Or is there another possibility someone else other than the victim? Just when I thought I had it backed into a corner, his eye is backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do? What would he who can turn any desperate situation around do? Turn it around. That's it! I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is it? It's whose blood could get on a box like this. And if I think about it that way, the blood got onto the box when the body was being placed into the pushcart, and the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. And there's only one person who that could be. Well, I must praise you for trying so hard. It's because of you kids that I was removed from the center stage, and will be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. But it's not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you'll ever know. Freedom like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky. Can't lay a single finger on me, not now or ever. The arm of the law is powerless before me. Objection! Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. Allow me to describe you in one word. Pitiful. Pitiful? How so? Curtis Alba, your wings were clipped long ago. And for someone who is trying to fly away on them without noticing that fact, pitiful is the perfect word to describe you. Ha! Mere words. What do you mean by his wings are clipped, Miss Edgeworth? Just what do you think it means, Kay? We had already caught him in our trap a while back, with an incredibly powerful, definitive piece of evidence. Hey, Earth the Prosecutor! Can I speak in English? What are you talking about? What piece of evidence? The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood. But we know this not from the victim. I don't see how it remains relevant to the case at all. Miss Von Karma, I believe that is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is the most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood. Ha! You're looking a little pale. Good. Then I believe you are already aware of what I mean. Then you know how to take the blood. Then you know who the blood belongs to. Huh. Of course I do. This piece of evidence is the irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. The blood that soiled this box of samurai dogs belongs to this person. Take that! The blood of the rising sun on this box belongs to you, Curtis Alba. Ugh! What? Why is his blood on the box of samurai dogs? He's not even a victim. Ah, the blood fell onto the box when Mr. Cochin's body was being loaded onto the pushcart. At that time, only two people in the dressing room were the victim and his killer. So that's what you mean. The blood does belong to the victim. The only person it could belong to. Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion. But Mr. Cochin was the one who was stabbed, sir. I can't see my lines, sir. I'm looking down, I can't see my lines. Why, Mr. Alba haven't been the one who was bleeding? What if during the murder, Mr. Cochin had fought back? You mean if before Mr. Cochin... You mean if before Mr. Alba could kill him, Mr. Cochin managed to wound Mr. Alba? Yes, and I believe we have a piece of evidence that proves that he was bleeding then. what was the piece of evidence that shows Mr. Alba was probably bleeding at the time? The one piece of evidence we haven't used yet. Take that! Mr. Alba, you bear on your a bolt of your great wounds. That was from when Damask II attacked me with a pair of scissors. Yeah, and that happened way after he was in the dressing room. Ah, but is that what really happens? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I can't just accept that as fact. So we try a test, Mr. Alba, and see if the shape of your wound matches the scissors. You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip you by, no matter how insignificant the possibility. Huh. You're one to talk, Mr. Alba. You've managed to give the law the slip for 10 years as smuggling ring's leader. No matter the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal. I am the master of my fear. However, to think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing. You believe I've overlooked something. You said that my wound was caused by Mr. Cochin, and that it was caused in one of the theater's dressing rooms, right? Yes, it is correct. I'd like to point out that it's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, and one that could only have come from a blade. I wonder where you will propose such a weapon came from. This theater was packed with security guards. It would have been impossible for anyone to come into this area with a weapon of any sort. Not so fast. Okay, why was his sprite flipped? Just for like a second there, his sprite was flipped. Just as Mr. Abba was able to bring in the alabaster knife in a bouquet. There must have been some other way to sneak in a weapon of sort. But as long as you can't prove what that other way is. All you're talking about Mr. Cochin stabbing me is pure nonsense. So if that other way does exist, you better hurry and tell me now. With pleasure. This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. To confess the truth. We're almost there. This might be a longer episode. It's not going to be 2 hours long, I swear. This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. Cochin brought a weapon into the theater. Got it. Take that! Among law enforcement, this piece is known as the Yacht Grosser's key. That key! That's the key that my father stole from here 7 years ago. And it's very unique that... Sorry. It's very unique that it is both a key and a knife. Meaning that under the guise of a key, it simply could have easily been brought to the theater. No! You couldn't dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back in Mr. Cochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. And inside that safe was there a document about Cadopian paper, signed by Mr. Cochin. In order to make it look like Mr. Cochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring, you had to make it so that the police were the ones who opened that office safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wounds, Mr. Kirkus Alba? You're done. And that is what some may call the coup de grace. Impossible! You can't take me down. Swine, all of you! Especially Manny Cochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador, which is why he deserved to die for bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. That is why I sent out the Yamaterasu's card and how this incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the Yamaterasu. But I had yet another reason, yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling prosecutors. Forget about that one. Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask. This country's or Alabast's, which country's court would you like to face first? Either way, it's game over for you. Edgeworth! We did it, guys! We finally took Kirkus Alba down. Holy crap! 28 episodes. Oh god. Wow, and even more just to take down this entire smuggling ring. Ugh. Whew, this is it, the big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial today. And next week he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country of Alabast. Francisca is heading that one. I suspect she'll be serving a full course of whiplashings at it. Having to face Miss Von Karma in court right after facing you, sir. I don't even want to think of what that would be like. Got a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. You know, I've been thinking. The flight attendant and even Mr. Portsman were all Mr. Alba's secret agents. Correct. That smuggling ring was the common thread between all of the incidents. Kami Mealy was to provide support during smuggling operations, using her job as an attendant. And Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring to end in their favor. I fly airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safe from the smuggling ring, huh, sir? Suppose there are even more members of this ring spread throughout the world. Yeah, it sounds like such a big operation that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is it, Detective? Nothing. It's just, well, come to think of it, Mr. Ernest Armano's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Mr. Armano has been working with the smuggling ring now for over 10 years. He used the Armano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring. But all of that has come to an end as his conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. I owe Mr. Armano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society. Well, with the arrest of both Mr. Alba and Mr. Armano, guess that about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer in the KG8 incident 10 years ago was Mr. Manny Cochin. And 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG8 incident was Mac Rao. Those two facts are the unshakable truth. However, Seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. And I will expose it all at the trials today. You're solving cases left and right today, aren't you, sir? Sissy you and dead man. Perhaps now those two brave souls who tried to make the truth known can rest in peace. By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Polino. Shrimp, crab, beef. I don't need any of these, so I'm giving them to you. What? Seriously, sir? Wait, actually, I don't think I want them anymore. The way you're holding them... Tell me if they're just coupons, sir. Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Ever since the two countries became Cadopia again, its economy has changed. Really? And it seems that Ambassador Polino has reaped a few benefits of his own for it. He has been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified Cadopia. Ah, but what a pity. Even though every item he sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that interested. Well, oh wait, that's K. Never mind. Well, wait, that's not what I said. So, Mr. Please let me have him, sir. Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here? Hey, you gotta be more late than that. Ah! I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit. I totally didn't notice you. I realized that the voice was even you. Nancy says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring. Agent Lang, a pleasant surprise to see you here. It's been a long time since I set foot in the courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss. Watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him. Well, that and something else. I want to see you in action in court. Is that so, Agent Lang? Flush out all the counterfeit bills, so Zhang Fa is finally at peace again. It's all thanks to you, so I wanted to say, thanks. Well, I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie says thanks to Mr. Edgeworth. I should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him to trial. I believe the victory belongs to the both of us in this case. Shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you, prosecutors. And I have zero interest in that truth thing that you talk about in court. I'm always doing things my way. But that's not about to change, you got that? I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job. Yeah. There's ever someone your precious truth can't catch. Feel free to sit around and cry about all you want. But as for me, I'm going to get that person no matter what. Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. I'll see you later. Been watching your performance from the gallery. I'm looking forward to this. I prepared a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir. I'll throw some around when Mr. Edgeworth wins. Hope you got enough, because I'm gonna go call my men up as well. A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way. The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of his long tale begins. It's auto-scroll now, I got no truth. The legend of the great thief Yoltagrosu. It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of the truth. Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet, and to that end you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced on me since I was very young. However, I no longer think of that we all persecutors are. And that is because even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I've set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, I feel the fight within me rising.
Objection!
And that is the end of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. We can go back through different things here. Wow! This was a long, drawn-out case. I'm really in Mr. Edgeworth debt for the other day. Crap, they're bringing back these people I don't have the voices for. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my suitcases. I've been sending them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation. Of course, anything can be a sensation on the internet. Thanks to the praise the art world has lavished on my work as being truly postmodern. The airline has chosen me to design their new line of iFly jumbo jets. Just think, someday you will be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet. Ooh, ooh. This is not a Starburst jet. Jeez. Anyway, wow, a long case. I like how it all tied in together, though. This game is really, really cool. Of course, it's away from the norm, but it works out so well. It just had this entire massive storyline. And even Phoenix Wright didn't have it. I don't remember the voice, so I'm just gonna let him speak.
Played a bit blight in my parents, but the method playing them was most generous.
Okay. I like the way this game played out. It has a little bit of walking around and having like an RPG, I put that in quotes, setting. But at the same time, uses the logic that we all know and love from the Phoenix Wright games. It's an amazing combination. We finally caught Agent Hicks's killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Alba's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work another case in cooperation with them. Coming Edgeworth again. However, the Cadopian courts of it. Cadopia's air is supposed to be very fresh, so my VIP should find a new vigor there. Okay, bringing that up, I also love how you see all these characters in the previous games, but then you just get to see a full sprite model of them. It's just, why is he still there? He's supposed to be in jail. That is inconsistent. This little patrolman has been fired off out of us today. Sir? I thought I was safe when I found out the gun I had dropped. But I had noticed that I stopped my police badge too. I guess what really broke the camel's back was that I couldn't find my badge. My little life has suddenly tripped into a dark black hole, sir. I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with Ruffles Man. Ruffles Man. Get to see the full life, and it expands so much, because we really didn't get much out of who Edgeworth was, and then this and the next game, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but like really expands on the personality of all the characters in here. It's just, I can say a lot about this game, honestly. It's tough. It was a little bit tougher, but I loved it. I was hoping to talk with Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. But I've got to get going and return to Europe. Still got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to study there. Oh, don't worry, we'll be seeing you in 2 games. Actually, no, next game. We'll be seeing her in next game. Next time I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm going to do it as a real forensic scientist. I'm sure he's going to need all the help I can give him, scientifically. Speaking of the next game, don't expect me to be as knowledgeable about it as I was in this game. Next game I'm kind of blanking on, so we'll see. We'll see how my logic does. But I think we're going to wait a week or 2 before we start it. I had a little bit of a break. But well, figuring is this, and then also finishing up Fire Emblem, we're kind of clearing off the cache there a little bit. Nonetheless. Because the kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy. But I won't be going outside much anytime soon, but that's really okay. Well, the only prison I'm forever trapped for is in a cage of love. The guard down at the detention center. Well, when he's on guard duty. He has such a cold look in his eyes, just like that prosecutor. Stop it, Laura. When will you ever learn to stop being such a prisoner of love? There we go. Oh no, this is from... It appears that all sorts of drama that takes place inside the courtroom. Excuse me. Since we judges are here day in and day out, I've only heard a few rumors. But apparently, Mr. Edgeworth teamed up with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. Judge has some pretty big dreams. I guess even the judge, you get a little bit of character development here. Too many female voices. Oh, the blood is still in. Oh. Yeah, the blood is still in his office. Okay, you can stop that now, Maggie. Let's see. Whew! I barely escaped death yet again. Yeah, but boy, we're really lucky to have Mr. Edgeworth help us out, huh? Yeah. But because I lost the key, I got fired from my security guard job. Don't let it get you down, Maggie. You still got me. You're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm gonna pick myself up and get through this. But I wonder what my next charm should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. They belong together. I'm brainless detective and brainless security guard. Ah, lame. Nope. Okay. No, it's just. Well, you know, why not come to Godopia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now, our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case created a few small fires of its own. We had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the next event will be great. It will be an attraction entitled Capture the Yodagarasu. Yeah, okay. Of course, I hope to enlist the case help in creating our latest attraction. I love this game, honestly. I don't know, there's something about it that gets me so excited. Victoria loves it too. Well, there's Larry. Come on, whip him. Can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. I believe it. But it's okay, because that's how I met Miharu. Or Miharu. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. Going to sell blue ocean dogs like this. They're selling like hotcake hot dogs, sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun. I guarantee it'll turn your tongue and your face blue. I know I'm not really the type to work a lot, or at all really, but... Oh, so I noticed that I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. I wonder what's up. Well, next time we meet, I'm gonna make him meet one of my dogs. This is why I play these games in some sort of order. gonna make sense in about 2 games, but you're gonna have to wait until I'm done with the second Miles Edgeworth game to find out. Ow. I deserve that. No, boy. Today I gave testimony in court today. As a member of the Yatagarasu. Yo, Mr. Bed, you look well after all things considered. By the way, have you noticed that elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed. For who should be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Nightsea says, thoroughly bite through poisonous snakes from the head to tail. Also, yeah, having them side by side is not good. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get all you yet. Youth. When did I become so old, I wonder? Begun noticing the gray hairs in my beard more. I'm thinking of retiring my mirror. It's about damn time. Oh, I don't know what to say about this game. I really don't. Everything's so overwhelming. Kinda miss. I like the way that they do the normal Phoenix Wright games, but I kind of wish that they did more games in this style, especially courtroom games like this. Where it's kind of just like bam, 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 and we don't necessarily have to be in a courtroom for it. Talk about busy. It's alright, because I got a letter from my beloved Edgeworth. What? Oh, yeah, that's a reference to first game again? No, 2-5. Farewell, my turnabout. March 17th, 4:33 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial's over. And as always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir. Yeah, and nothing beat the look on Mr. Alba's face when you revealed the ring's secrets. I was amazed. You were like a totally different person when you stepped into a courtroom. Mr. Edgeworth is always 10 times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, and they began on large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francisca and Agent Lang. So what are your plans now, Kay? Oh, well, I've taken care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Are you still trying to steal my job, pal? Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal something so important to you, Gummy. Whew. What a relief. Okay. Yes? Even after all this happened, are you still planning to become a great thief? Of course. But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yatagarasu. So I'm gonna hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own. A 3-person team? Three-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible. With those criteria, I highly doubt you'll find the 2 other people you need. My father chose to fight for the truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, the only things I will ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. I'm going to work extra hard to make a world where the Yatagarasu isn't needed. Let's both strive for such a future. Well, I guess it's time for me to get going. I see. Okay! Keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? And don't be a stranger. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in. If you could, I'd appreciate it if you came in through the building's front door. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. The lock on my window at home has been broken for forever. Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the 3 of us. Yeah, a commemorative photo. Every big case needs to end with one. No. Hey, why not? Don't tell me you're camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course not, detective.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that.
Okay, I'm taking it now. Say cheese! And thus the long tale of the KG8 incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there is little time to rest and relax. For I am eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is I want to pursue the truth, and I want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed. And that's it. That is the end of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 1. Maybe I'll jump right into the second one. Maybe I'll take a couple weeks. I know I'm going to be done for the night. My throat is pretty much destroyed. But I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And next time in this series, we're going to be moving on to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 with some familiar faces some brand new rivals, and a whole bunch of new cases with one overarching storyline once again. I will see you guys in the next video whenever you see me.